Okay, everyone, now that you've completed exam one, it's time to start thinking about your ethical thinking assignment. So, one of the most important things that you're going to get out of college, hopefully, is how to think and how to learn. And so, this next assignment is really going to be helpful with that, especially with critical and ethical thinking. So, if you go to the assignments folder, the first folder there is called Critical and Ethical Thinking. And the first thing I want you to do is watch this video, which talks about morals, values, and ethics. So watch that video, and then you're going to take this little test, and it's very simple, designed to help you identify an ethical question. And you should do this until you get a perfect score. I'm not going to do it for you right now. Shouldn't be too difficult. Then I want you to, in the video she talks about bioethical principles, but this is a nice summary to help you about the different bioethical principles: respect for persons, maximizing benefits, minimizing harms, and justice. So that's a good summary of that. The next thing you're going to do is this pandemic flu scenario. And you can read the instructions. There's a pandemic flu, and it's going to kill everybody. There's 10 people that need the vaccine, and you can only treat 6. And if the people don't get the vaccine, they're probably going to die. And so there's a list of people, and the best way to do this is to do this, type it out on a separate piece of paper or a separate Word document, and then submit that. So you're going to write who you would save and why, and you can also say why you didn't save someone. And then you're going to discuss the bioethical principles that you applied. So those were what was back on that last presentation. So make sure that I can determine that you understand what the bioethical principle means by your answer. Okay, and you're going to submit that here. So you're going to have to download it. You can write your submission here. This will pop up a text box, but I would suggest you make it in a document file or something, and then you can attach that file and then submit it, and then I'll be able to grade it there. Then the next thing you're going to do is there's a bunch of information in this folder about stem cells. There's several. Here's a movie. Here's another movie. This is a link to more stem cell resources, and you're going to use those for the next assignment. So we've talked about cells, and we didn't really talk about stem cells. You're going to have to do your own research about them. But then there's an ethical thinking worksheet, and you download it there, and it looks like this. And so you're going to put your question, and your question for this assignment, it could be anything. You could use this for anything, but for right now we're going to do should stem cells be used? You're going to write why it's important. You're going to put the viewpoints down here, yes or no. And then on this line you can put things that tug you towards thinking yes. You're going to put facts here. Facts that make you think yes and facts that make you think no. And then the second page of this has a place for you to write. You write facts that are known, questions that are unknown, and then different stakeholders. So the stakeholder for stem cells might be doctors, might be patients, might be pharmaceutical companies, family members. So the context of the stakeholder is why they care, and the bioethical principles are those were discussed earlier. So then you're going to use the information on this paper. So I would fill out that paper first after doing some research on stem cells. This is a link to a video that explains how to fill out that worksheet that I just showed you.
In this video, I'm going to review the
and it does a much better job than I just did. So watch that before you fill out your worksheet. Then this video talks about this assignment and the rubric that's going to be used to grade it. So the rubric you can print right here. And then you're going to watch this video which explains the assignment.
This video,
and the
I'm
rubric.
going to look at and describe to you what I'm looking for in the ethical and critical thinking question assignment.
And I'm not going to go through the whole thing right now. You guys can watch that. And then the actual assignment is you are going to answer these questions. And so the questions are in this document. She goes through the questions in this video, so I'm not going to go through it right now. But you're going to answer them. And again, I would answer them in a separate document. Don't include the question in your answer. So to submit it, you'll click here. Again, make a Word document or something, and then attach it here. You're going to click this. You're agreeing that I can check it for plagiarism, and then submit it. Also, make sure, again, answer these questions. Do not retype the question in your response. And the questions will require at least one full paragraph if you want to get full credit, except for number 3. And a paragraph is a group of at least 5 or 6 sentences that support one main idea. And if you watch the videos and follow that rubric and do some research, you'll do well. Please email me if you have any questions about that. I'm going to try to set up a collaborate session to discuss this as well. But this video will get you started and hopefully give you the information you need to succeed on this assignment. There are also some examples on the Blackboard page that you can use to help you. Okay, one thing I forgot about this critical thinking assignment. As part of this, you're supposed to learn how to evaluate sources. So I've given you some good sources here, but as you know, anybody can put anything on the internet. So you need to learn how to evaluate sources. If it's from a .edu or a .org, it's probably a good source. If it's a .edu, it should definitely be a good source. But if it's a .com, that's, who knows. You could, if you have enough money, you can put anything on the internet, and it doesn't even take money. So you're going to need to do a little research, and at the end of your paper, you're not really writing a paper, but you're just answering those questions. But at the end of that, you need to cite what resources you use. So if it's a web page, you put the web page. If it's a book or an article, you put the book. Because you're going to need, some of the questions ask for facts that support your opinion. And in this assignment, it doesn't matter what your opinion is, as long as you have some facts to back it up. You also have to look at facts that support the opposite opinion of yours. And this is what critical thinkers can do. They can look at both sides of an argument and understand that it's okay to have different opinions, but you have to be able to look at both sides of an argument and be able to understand the other person's point of view. And you'll gain more from doing that than by just thinking that you know everything. So a good source is going to be from a .edu or a .org, and it's going to be unbiased. So don't forget to add your sources at the end of the questions that you turn in.